What up, man? It's your big brother K-Rino. Wanted to give y'all this one. If you're old enough, and even if you're not old enough, you should still have been able to witness this if your eyes were open. Throughout history, there's always been this, I guess, use the word agenda to vilify the black father in the black community. Now, we know a lot of the struggles and strife that the black man goes through in general, even our black youth. But the father figure has always been a specifically targeted individual because, you know, when the father is strong, the family is strong. So you can go all the way back to slavery, man. You can go back to when they would bring the father out in front of the whole community, including his own family and wife and children, to try to make an example of him. If something went wrong and they decided they want to make an example of him, they did it in front of everybody. And that's to show the wife, that's to show the children that no matter who this man is to you, we're going to show you who he is to us. And we're going to reduce and diminish the image that you have of that man in your eyes. And this has perpetuated itself throughout centuries, literally. So now I'll bring it up more to the modern time. I was watching this clip of a young Tiger Woods when he was talking to this guy. The guy was interviewing him, and Tiger was like, "Yeah, man, I'm going here and try to win this tournament." And the guy was like, "Try to win it." I'm paraphrasing, but he's like, "Try to win it." Like, I mean, that comes off a little cocky, don't you think? What about second or third place? Trying to destroy the man's self-esteem to make him believe that he couldn't have a chance to win it, or he should not come into the tournament with any thoughts that he would have a legitimate opportunity to win it. Now, not knowing that Earl Woods, who's Tiger's father, trained him from a little boy, from a baby, literally, to be a winner, to be great. So Tiger didn't stand down. He basically stood on what he said. He said, "I'm not going to win it. Why should I be in it?" And there was another clip with Venus Williams is in the same situation. Exact same situation. And you got this reporter that's trying to tell her that she shouldn't believe that she could come in and win the tournament. But in this particular case, Venus's dad, Richard Williams, he came in and shut all that down. He stopped the interview and checked the interviewer for even posing that kind of question, trying to plant that seed in the mind. So then you got LeVar Ball, who's put 3 sons in the NBA. 2 of them are still currently in the NBA. One of them has now transitioned into a successful rap career. This man has always bragged and stood strong on his sons and been a rock and talked cash money trash about how great his sons are going to be. And they've all become very successful. No scandals, to my knowledge. And now you bring it up to the modern day with Deion and what the NFL is trying to do to Shedeur Sanders, who is Deion's son. They don't like the brashness and the confidence of the father. And that confidence has trickled down and translated into the DNA of the son. And now they are trying to take that out on the son as well, because Deion's playing days over. They can't get Deion, so now they're trying to do the same thing to the son. See, all of these people that I'm naming are examples of men who have done great jobs with their children. Like I said, you don't hear any scandals. If it is, it's some little light, petty stuff that all children get into. No drug addicts, no robbers and killers and thieves. None of these stuff. These are very productive young men and women that are being raised by these strong fathers, these strong, confident fathers. The problem is racist America, they just don't like to hear a black man speak with that kind of confidence, because they feel that we should always have that subservient, "We're just glad to be here. We're just glad that y'all let us in" type of attitude. And when you don't come in like that, it bothers them. It bothers the crap out of them, and they have to try to knock you down a peg if possible. So what the media does, they try to paint this image of the father as being some fool, some idiot, some wild loudmouth, that doesn't know what he's talking about. And when in reality, a lot of the times, a lot of their children are the ones who turn out to be on drugs, the ones who turn out to go rogue and end up in prison and doing those types of things when they had all of the opportunities, all of the privilege, all of the situations from the gate to be able to have the kind of lifestyle that they have, and then they end up squandering it. Nobody said anything when Johnny Manziel was coming down the pipe, and he was brash and braggadocious and talked a lot, and they didn't have a problem with that. And now we all see what happened with his career. I don't even know. I don't even remember how many, if he even played in the NFL. If he did, he may have played just a handful of games, to my recollection. So what I'm saying to you is that even if you're not a celebrity, I use celebrities as examples because these are people that we all know, right? But even if you're not a celebrity, man, just a black father has a target on his back because, like I say, one of the ultimate aims is to break up the black family. So when you have regular working men who want to keep their families together, even when you have situations where the family may not be a traditional unit, mother, father, children in the household, it may be a man who is no longer with the woman, and now society has kind of set this thing up to pit the woman against the man, and a man who's really trying to do right by his children is not even allowed to max out his fatherhood abilities because he's at odds with the woman, with the mother of his children. And a lot of that is societal. A lot of that goes back to, like I said, back in the times of slavery. And so we have to make sure that we don't allow our personal feelings, because a lot of that is just personal feelings and stuff too. Now, don't get it twisted. We can't allow that to affect how the child is raised, because the child can be the savior of the family if the parents can put their stuff to the side and make sure that the focus is on raising the child. God answers prayers through the babies. Everybody that ever came through and did something great, they were a baby at one point. They were brought into existence in whatever time frame to do what it is they were born to do. So never fall for the scheme and the plot to demonize black fathers. Never fall for that trick, because we've seen it perpetuated for so long and so long and so long. And if we fall for what the media says, I saw a lot of black people that didn't like LeVar Ball. A lot of black people still to this day don't like Joe Jackson. And Joe Jackson, his vision gave us Michael Jackson and the Jackson 5 and Janet Jackson and all. His vision that, he was abusing them, he was beating them. You don't know what was going on in that household. And a lot of us grew up catching whoopings. And most of us turned out just fine. So don't fall for those tricks. Look at the totality of what that father does and look at what that father produces. And when you look at the seeds that father produces, it'll tell you a lot about who that father is. Look at the activity that the father has in that child's life. Those are the things that you judge by. So I just wanted to give y'all that real quick, man. I will catch y'all later with another one, inshallah. And it's your big brother K-Rino, and I'm out. Peace.